What's going on, everybody? It's DMD the GOAT, and yet again we are on a house tour. Bit of a rough morning. Woke up at 1 a.m. and then took my youngest daughter to the emergency room at 3:30. Didn't really sleep well because I was sleeping so lightly to make sure that she was breathing okay. Pretty intense stuff, but you know, I took care of business. You gotta do things for yourself and for your kids, even if that means you're gonna be tired the next day. You know, my point is get insurance. Take your kids when you have doubt in your gut or in your spirit. Now, back to the buyer tours. So we have 3 today here in Renton, all ranging from I think the low 6s to mid 8s. So I'm excited to go through these and show you guys the market here. So enjoy the tour. Okay, bye. We got an inspection back on a property we just went under contract on just a couple days ago. I feel a little bit indifferent about it, and I usually don't make a mental declaration until I actually see the report. But overall, I think we're gonna be positive. I'm holding space that we're gonna be fine. All right, now let's get in here and check out this house. All right, so this house, $829,000, located in Renton, Washington. So, as a lot of you know, real estate is my primary profession, but to the left here, we have one of the headquarter office buildings for Coda Motors. A lot of people don't know that. I actually own and help cooperate a dealership here in Renton, Washington. For real estate, which is my primary profession, our headquarters are located out of Bellevue. I'm a really strong believer and proponent of having horizontal income. Don't leave your money in the bank. Bet on yourself and build businesses. Some people might ask the question, well, how do you build a business? Well, after you figure out how to build a business, then you go out and you build more. But keep your money moving and always bet on yourself. Help. We're lost. No, I'm just kidding. We are in Renton still, and I don't make mistakes often, but I'll take full responsibility for the malfunctioning of my GPS. Yeah, so right behind us, we have brand new Topgolf going in. They're dang near probably 70% done. And I own a duplex right here across the street. You talk about buying in the right areas and riding the wave of equity. That's a perfect opportunity right there. So anybody who's considering moving to Renton proper, I mean, it's an exceptional area. And then they're doing a lot of renovations down here on Rainier where they're putting in bike lanes, which is cool because I actually ride, I'm a road biker. So it's nice to have access to a bike lane and do the full Lake Washington loop. So pretty cool. Coming up here on the left, we're on Rainier, is actually my dealership. So right here, it's about a 45 car dealership. Yeah, we're really excited about it. These are the headquarters. I just told you guys my life story. No, very good area. This building across the street right here, that used to be like a public supper for dinner and lunch, but tons of bad activity, drugs, and all this kind of stuff was happening there. So they actually just condemned it and closed it down. This area, I think, is the next Bel Air, literally, because you're on one end, unfortunate circumstances, gentrification. Taxes are increasing. We actually own a property over here also, and but on the other end, you know, if you can continue to maintain lifestyle and live here and pay taxes, you know, you're making like 100, you know, 200, you know, $300,000 in equity over 4 years. This area is ridiculous. In this particular neighborhood. But like I said, Washington has had exceptional gains over the last several years. So buying and being in these areas is very important. All right, so we're gonna pull up on this nice little charmer. Right. This right here, we don't have to necessarily show any of these cards, but there's a number of agents who have come so far. A lot of agents get intimidated by this, you know, when they see a lot of business cards on the table. Me personally, I don't, because not all agents are rated the same. Not to mention, not all agents use the same strategy or know how to win in this market. And then on top of that, not all agents come to homes and actually bring buyers. So, you know, I have a totally different perspective on it. So if you're ready to win, let's tap in. Fun fact about installing floors. So when you see a floor that's flush like this, it's a really good indicator that whoever installed the floor installed the subfloor correctly, because it should not have a transition strip. Sometimes you can even notice it here on the carpet too. Sometimes that's very challenging to do because you can have floors that were installed by a subcontractor that maybe weren't even, so on and so forth. So to have that is a really good indicator of quality. Again, a little bit more dated, has some classic charm. The biggest thing in terms of a pro factor in regards to this house, I would say, is just the simple fact that you have all this land behind you. This is very hard to find. In the first vlog video, we talked about land. Buy land because they're not making more of it. Buy house with land, even better combo because you can live on it, right? All right, house number 3. Fun fact, this building was actually almost our dealership. There were some troubles with the permitting process. When it comes to zoning, we were spot on. So we got everything that we needed from a zoning perspective. So before we secured the commercial space, we did all of our research, we ran all of the reports, and that area is actually permitted. Very specialized type of dealership, but nonetheless, you have to get started. Then soon thereafter, as we were solidifying the spot, there was some permitting problems with the landlord, and then we ended up getting our other spot. So God blessed us in an amazing way, and we accepted it. So cool fact. So we're going to our last house. Behind us, there is an LLC that bought every single house 1 block back from my duplex where our investment property is at. Why? I don't know. But I was doing some property research and I saw that like one company spent like millions of dollars buying out all. And if you look at the streets here, so if you look on this side, there's houses and they're all like this. Oh, that's another really cool part about this area in Renton, which is close to the Renton Highlands and the landing. You can have your main house like what you see right here, and go out my window. You can have your main house like that, and then they're also permitting small homes. You can have like a secondary home like this in the back part of your yard, which is awesome. Yeah, one of my rentals, I think the mortgage is, you know, it's a little steep. It's like $4,000, and you know, we're only getting a little more than half. So your investment properties don't always have to be positive cash flow, depending on what your plan is and depending on what your vision is, right? There's strategy and technique that goes into, you know, buying an investment property. But More importantly, you have to just remember, houses will bring you wealth through equity and time. So as you diversify your portfolio, just keep those things in mind. Don't always try to get as much cash as you can every single month, because that's not always what it's about. Two bedrooms, one bath, 700 square feet for $510,000. You're literally in downtown Renton. So when you talk about location, which I think is the corniest thing, by the way, but very true. This is perfect location for the city. Now, this is the little gotcha in the back. Remember what I was saying earlier? This house happens to have it. In Renton city limits, you have this this kind of setup where you have the main house, you have another sub house or a garage on the back end. So in my mind, I'm thinking this is a livable space, which I think would be ideal. Okay. Yeah, I'm actually preparing to go on another tour here in the next 30 minutes, and this actually might be a really good option. So look, all the lighting, everything has been done. Ooh, got a little leak, but nothing that can't be fixed. But see, this kind of space is perfect. You know, you throw some sheetrock, you get some heating elements in here. It's already enclosed. This is literally its own studio with a sub kitchen. So I'm gonna take a picture of this for my client because I think he actually might like this. He's searching for homes up to $600,000. For everybody who doesn't know, this is what we call a sub panel. A really cool thing here, you kind of want, you know, city inspector sticker. That's a big deal, but if you don't have it, but yeah, for the most part, this is a really nice space. All right, so we just finished this tour at this house. This is 2 bedroom, 1 bath with the potential of adding about 600 square feet in the very back to your overall total square footage. I like the house. It's very chic. It's 1 floor. So I think it's a really good home, especially for the price in this area. The one thing I do not like is being so close to the street, but because we're actually 1 house off of the street, it's not a bad look. In this area in general, when you park next to like apartment complexes sometimes, or multifamily units, sometimes it can be a little but this one's actually in really good shape. It's right across the street. And so yeah, overall, I would say out of all 3 of the houses that we looked at today, the first one was probably my favorite. I really like the skylights in the second house and how all the ceilings were vaulted. If you want to go on a buyer tour or if you have a house to sell, you know where to find me. It's DMD The Go. We out today.